The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 16, Episode 5, about last night. Okay, so I ain't really excited on this video like I was on the last video. Only because I, I guess what I thought just really wasn't what it was, right? But we'll start off with Shamia, Angela, and Brittany. Yeah, about last night. Like, what happened, girl? You okay? What was you thinking, right? Um, Angela, she got a little backlash from the restaurant because the way that Brittany was acting the food, they needed a little extra security, and I think the people when she rented the place out, I mean, obviously she didn't tell them that hey, I was somebody was going to start a fight or whatever, so the owners was right. Probably a little tight, just probably a little charge or a little extra. Um, talking about they both couldn't sleep. This is her and Brittany, um Brittany, she just didn't like the way that Kenya was talking to her. She felt that she was just being a little snippy with her. She didn't want to hug her. So, she kept cutting her off when she was talking. So she felt a little disrespected. And I guess from there, I don't know if she had some drinks before she came because I feel maybe she took one. I was like, look, maybe she took one shot before she got there. I'm not sure. But I think she was just already had a little attitude before she got there. Let's just say that, okay? Because she was already ready for, like if she do one little thing, just look at me like it was just going, she was gonna pop off no matter what, right? So she just saying how sorry she was to Angela. She didn't mean to mess up her event like that, and the questions. See, I knew it was Angela or Kelly who wrote that question because I know like one of them was Brittany's question, which was probably the second one that she read. But that first one that she read, I think that was the one from Angela. Like, can you talk nicely to Brittany? Yeah, because Angela said she was trying to help her friend out. She was on Brittany's side, I guess, in the moment or at that time. Um, and Brittany just like, I guess that's just her when she provoked. But technically, she's a real nice girl. Look, I'm a nice girl, and I really would not harm her. I don't know. I'm gonna figure out the voice. It's real nasal. Like she got some anoids that may need to be removed or something like that. And I ain't from Baltimore. I don't know why it just came out like that. Removed. So, what did Portia hear about Charles, y'all? I don't know. Angela decides to bring this up to Charles. Like, yeah, Portia says she heard some something about you. And he like, what? What she say? She's like, well, I mean, she ain't say nothing. She just said, she heard some rumors. So of course he like, well, girl, don't be listening to that. You supposed to had checked that and all this stuff. She's like, I did, but I was just wanted to let you know. He like, we don't play them games and this and this. Now I don't even know her. She don't know me, whatever. So he just brushed it off. And so they Angela sorta. I say, look, Angela, she sorta did because, like she said, I'm gonna go back and talk to her about it just to let her know, like Charles don't appreciate you running around town talking about you know something about him. So, we'll do. So that will surely most likely be on the next episode. They was just kind of setting this up just so we get that. So we go and flip over across town and we see Kenya, Portia, and Kelly. And they are at the hair salon and they are just preparing for Kenya's party event, the opening, grand opening, and she needs some hair models. So they're doing that little thing. Good hostess. They kind of had to bring that up real quick because she was acting like she was a good hostess. Look, acting like you was a good hostess, but of course they had the flashback to where you didn't have no crab cakes. You gonna Uber, look, DoorDash you a couple crab cakes, but then forgot about everybody else. Like you at least could have ordered them a pizza. She did not invite Brittany yet to the event. She wasn't sure if she was going to because, of course, she ain't like the way she came at her, it's giving crazy. Portia brings up the pistol talk, like, yeah, did she say something about a pistol and a gun or something like that? And then Kenya like, listen, I ain't trying to play them games. I got too much to lose. So Kelly defends Brittany a little bit just to say, like, well, I never seen her act like this, so I don't know where this behavior came from. Maybe she was, having a bad day. Maybe she had a little bit too much drink. I don't know, but I can ask her about it and we can figure it out. But maybe you should invite her, it'll be a good thing, and this and that. But of course, Kenya is still like on the fence, like, I don't know. So we getting to know Angela, right? She got this daughter. I think her name was Amari. So Amari, something like that. But apparently, so Charles don't get along with the mama or the sister, and now the mama ain't getting along with the daughter. Look, and the auntie ain't getting along with the daughter. Something about Angela must have bought mama a house at some point, but everybody moved in with mama. But now that daughter is trying to move out, it's a problem because pretty much she talking about they fell out because she goes to the house, which I'm not sure why she didn't have a car, her own car. I can't remember how old she is, but either way, she went to the grandma house. She asked grandma, hey, I need to borrow the car. Grandma said, okay, you can have the car, but I need some money. And from there, just went escalated from there. They calling her all types of names, demons, this and that, you know. And because that's why I'm like, she ain't got her own car. Especially when she said she done got married at least about, 4 months ago and didn't tell nobody. So now the mama's upset about that, Angela, that is. Plus, I think the other family, but they ain't taking it as hard as Angela is. And yeah, it's a weird family dynamic going on because I guess Angela's like, it's her mom, so she's gonna take care of her, right? And she been taking care of her for, a number amount of years. Her mom, I believe, is bipolar, so she be acting up sometimes, and she don't take no medicine, so she can be up, she can be down. She thinks she's cured, self-proclaimed. So, Angela, I guess, treats her as such. What can she do at this point? It's either cut her off and let them figure it out themselves, or we need to figure it out as a family, right? But here we go into this daughter's marriage because, Angela did not know about this. She found out literally 2 weeks ago, the filming, but she's been married 4 months ago, the filming. Okay. So it's like, girl, like, dang, like, how you ain't tell me this? So of course the daughter is a little bit overwhelmed with this. I don't know if it was the cameras or what, or just the conversation in general. And she starts to cry and all this stuff. So it makes her mama start to cry. So they like, okay, listen, we ain't gonna be sitting up in this restaurant crying and all this carrying on. So let's X this conversation and we're gonna leave and let's try to have a happy day. We'll get back, but we'll revisit this another time. All right. So Brittany and Portia meets, which I thought this was kind of cool because, Portia is Kenya friend, so I might as well sit down with her just to kind of see where her head at before I, possibly invite her to this party because I think that's kind of what she was fishing for. Like, let me see how she feeling because I already know how Kenya feeling, but let me check her temperature, right? So, of course, Brittany took it too far. She understands that. And remember, she's apologizing this whole time, guys. Brittany is saying, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. There's no excuse for my actions. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I would never, uh, want to actually bang, bang, shoot up the club or nothing like that. Like, I ain't going to do none of that. Or somebody. So she brings it back because, like I said, it was episode 1. Episode 1 is where it all started. The ring. Okay. The ring. She said something about my ring, and I just thought it was shady, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And she just was dismissive, and I just didn't like it. And, you know, Portia was like, well, I don't think so. Like, I didn't see it that way. I think everybody else in the group didn't see it that way. She treats people pretty much all the same, unless she don't like you. Then, of course, you'll get that. But, and you, I'm gonna say, and you, and if she was just trying to tell, like, you will know when Kenya is on, when she on there, you gonna know. But she just came in the party and everything was just saying, hey, so she wasn't like, because we all would have caught it if she was. So, okay. And Portia, of course, to say is like, okay, what about this pistol? Why you say that? And Brittany was like, well, I mean, I was just triggered and it was in the heat of the moment. So, I really shouldn't have said it and I regret it. Like, it's just no excuses. I was wrong. I waved the white flag. And, Portia brings up the fact that, look, I don't know, because, like, I don't know if you watched the show before you came here or if you seen the clips before you came here. Because you can look at Kenya, you can watch a couple clips, and you can get this preconceived notion of her, where we're seeing her interact with people that she don't like. So when she act, and that's the stuff that makes the camera for the most part. But if you actually get to know her and all that stuff and see her, she actually not that bad. She cool people. But okay. Oh, snap. I talked about the Charles thing in the beginning. It actually happened after this, okay, if we doing it chronologically ordered, okay. But it was while Angela was getting ready is when they had that conversation because he was joking about her wig. I forgot about that. But like I said, he didn't even really care too much about the rumors comment from Portia because, I mean, he a basketball player. He get this stuff all the time, probably his whole career, right? They deal with this type of stuff. So at this point, I don't even care. And especially at that age, like, dude, I would say, look, been there, done that, whatever. And like you said, you go handle that and nip that in the butt, because that ain't me, and I ain't got time for it, right? Um, the mother and sister, Angela brings that up, and Charles is like, listen, I don't want to hear about you and your mama and all them stuff and over there with them folks. And she like, well, I mean, you is my husband. I'm just trying to talk to you and like, let you know how I'm feeling and stuff today. I can't just vent to you a little bit or just tell you some stuff. And you're like, girl, I don't even care to hear it because I don't even care to hear about the people in my own family. So what? So, that's just Charles' attitude, as we can see. He just him. He can just go do him. You went his way. Okay, move out the way. Or I'm just gonna bulldoze over you at this point. And I ain't got nothing to, and I ain't got nothing to do. I got other stuff to do. Okay? Listen, that's her husband. The main event of the whole episode. Ugh, Lord. I was so mad. I was so excited for this episode. Oh, goodness. For her to bomb like this. Like, the red carpet rollout. It was beautiful. The purple and white flowers, everybody, pictures. Miss Lawrence. We got to see her. Was Derek in the house too? He probably was somewhere because he do hair. I'm sure he was in the back somewhere around there. I'm sure, did we not get a snippet of Candy and all? Like, I don't know. I feel like the was she not there? I feel like Candy should have been there or something. I don't know. But either way, I think I saw what's her face? Neo X. What's her name? That's why I'm like, Candy wasn't there? Because she was there, that one girl. Rocky, be quiet. Cynthia is here, and the ladies catch her up on everything that she missed because she wasn't there for the fight or none of that stuff or the conversation. So catching her up. We flip over to Brittany because she is riding with Kelly. Kelly is the one who invited her here, okay? And she lets us know that her aunt had passed sometime uh, within a couple of days ago of the incident. So she was already in her emotional bag, so to speak, or it still is. But she's gonna come and try to apologize because she's very, very sorry, guys. She's been saying this the whole episode. It was so wrong of her. It's not her character. She's really a nice girl. So Angela, she goes to Kenya and talk about last night, right? About last night, which I think it's probably a couple of days or whatever. But either way, we find out that Angela was the only one that reached out to Kenya after the party escalated. And I forgot to read the actual text just to see exactly what she said because it could have been exaggerated to where Kenya thought she was reaching out to her and she really wasn't. But I'm going to just say that she did because, like I said, I forgot to read the actual words. And just say how, it was just a lie. It was uncalled for. It just escalated the wrong way that didn't nobody want that. And Angela go say, yeah, I'm on your side. Like, really? But you was just saying that you was on Brittany's side earlier, which is why you wrote the question that started the mess. Is Brittany coming? All the ladies is trying to figure it out because they don't know. Is she not? I don't know. She walks in the door. And Kenya literally, she gave her the that side eye. And I knew she was gonna show up, this bitch. Like that eye. So the girls, they are trying to prepare Brittany before she goes to talk to Kenya. Give her a couple tips here, like maybe just remember to watch your tone. Make sure you look her in the eye. Can you bob and weave? Is your wig on tight? Just a couple things, just to prepare her. Drew comes in. I forgot it. Drew kind of came in a little late. So she's here now and she goes straight to Portia like, let's just try to nip this in the bud and let's just talk right now. I'm not sleeping with Dennis and this and that. I'm going through a divorce. I don't got time for none of this stuff on these games. I try to reach out to you and this and that. You didn't want to talk to me and woo de woo de woo de woo. And Portia's like, well, listen, you didn't call me, you didn't text me, which I'm sure she did. Well, she showed all the dang texts. So, girl, she was texting you to death. You was the one that wasn't answering her back. So, no conversation. Drew kind of interrupts her a little bit while she's talking, and this kind of prompts Portia to walk away because she just fed up at this point. Like, I don't even want to talk to Drew no more. She just doesn't get it at this point. So I tried to meet up with her on one or more occasions, but for some reason, stuff got in the way to where they couldn't meet up. And then after her little manager, producer dude with her company told her that Drew had reached out to him for some help behind her back, it was like, girl, I don't even want to meet up with you no more after that. All right, so Kenya is going to come over to the ladies and she says, "Hey guys, thanks for coming. Nice to meet you. Ooh, you look cute." And Brittany's like, "Hey, hi Kenya. I bought you some flowers and a card, and I just wanted to let you know that." And Kenya just kept walking right past her. "Hey girl, oh hey Cynthia, oh this and that." And she's like, really? You're gonna ignore me like that?" So she said, "Well, if you're just gonna ignore me, then I will just leave." So she put the flowers down and she's like, "Okay, bye y'all, whatever, I tried." So as Brittany is leaving, I'm not sure if Kenya noticed that she left or not, because maybe she would have waited to do it or would have done it at all. Or like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I guess could have happened for her not to do this. Or just, I don't know. But can I have everybody's attention, please? I'm so happy everybody came today. Thank you for all your support. But I'm just tired of people trying to put me down. I worked so hard and I built this company, and there's a person who came for me at a dinner and she was looking for a moment. Okay. And I don't here, and they was trying to give her them damn flowers. Like, hear them flowers that she tried to give you? I don't want those dang fake flowers. Burn them, burn the card, throw it away. I don't want it. I don't want it because it came from that girl. Nope. Because I am that girl. I am that bitch. And I've been that bitch and I still am that bitch. Pay you dust. Okay. And she did. She blew. Gone with the wind. Dusty fabulous. Okay. This girl. Okay, she wouldn't say her name, but this girl was talking about having a gun. Can y'all believe it? And everybody's like, "Ooh, really? Who is she talking about? Oh my God, Kenya!" And everybody watching too. Okay, this is like the lights is on. And I don't know her. She don't know who I am. But I did a little research and I found some things. Okay, Exhibit A. Woo! You see this? Yeah, she done went through a few faces, and this was it some mug shots, or was it just faces of her different noses and cheeks and chins? I'm not sure because I didn't look her up to see what she done did to this. But clearly we can see what Angela did and Kelly did. Okay, Angela, look, Kelly just went too small. Angela went too, okay, look too tight. I don't know. Either way, Exhibit B. She used to be a video hoe. Okay, look at her for the cheap rappers. Probably like Lil Scrappy, Lil John, and them. I don't know. I'm get look for the gangster rappers because that's the only thing I can guess. I'm trying to think her age. What's her age? In Atlanta, it was probably about like some Little Scrappy in the East Side Boys or some bullshit like that. Either way, Kenya bragging because I was in the videos. Jay Z. Of course, she always like to bring up Jay Z video, but I was the leading lady. I wasn't in the back shaking my ass crack for $2. No, I was making my thousands with the real peoples up front. At this point, the ladies is like, okay, kid, yeah, you got her, but is you gonna stop because it's okay? Like, it's where is this going? Like, are we getting a little bit out of hand here? Because Kelly decided, okay, listen, Brittany is my friend, and I don't play these type of games, so I'm actually gonna go. So she actually leaves, and she was able to catch up to Brittany, who wasn't too far away up the street. Because I thought she was going to go get her and bring her back. Like, girl, come back. Kenya got you in here on the poster. You better come look at this. Like, I thought she was going to get her and go back. Like, girl, you ain't tell her. You ain't. What kind of friend is you? Just go leave? I would have told her, come on, she got you on a poster, child, on a poster. And it like like I seen exhibit A and I seen exhibit B. And I ain't want to stay for C and D. But when she got to C, the camera, it went to the black screen. Whoop. Everybody said, oh no. Ooh, what? Kenya, why? Ooh, Jesus, no. Did she? For real? Yeah, she did it. She did it. Of course, the camera can't show such things. The shockness of the room, the shockness from the ladies. It didn't. It didn't land. It didn't land. So yeah, nobody liked it. Everybody's starting to walk away at this point. Portia was like, "Yeah, I got to leave. I don't." Cynthia pulls Kenya to the side just a little bit, like, "Okay, girl. I want you to call me. Call me when you get home, please, okay? Because I really didn't like. I really hate that you did this. You let this girl take you down to this level. You know that's not you, and I don't. So I'm gonna leave, but call me, okay?" Um, Kenya, of course, is justifying this by saying, "No, no, no. She said she was going. She had a gun and all this stuff. So I, I, I had to come for her. I had to do what I had to do." And everybody was just like, mm. So I will say this, like, I am very, 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 very disappointed in Kenya. Very, very, very. Like when it first broke out in the blogs that she did this, I was so mad because I was like, oh my God. I the show, like I don't just for the show wise, like I just know like it's going to change when she leaves. It's just like when Nene left, we knew that the show was going to change, and I just wasn't ready for that change, I guess. But it's happening now, and we're not sure if she will be back for next season or not. From what she's doing now, currently in the blogs, like she's trying to justify her actions, which is fine. I get it. I get it. I just hope she don't do it too much deep into it to where Bravo just be like, nah, I ain't gonna deal with it. Kind of like when they did with Nene, like, but she, like with the lawsuits and all that stuff. Like, 'cause once you cross a line with the network people, they just will, just say forget it all together. So I just hope she don't do that. Okay, that's all. Because we all saw what happened. Okay, we saw Brittany. We saw what she did. We heard what she said, and we can read it because they put out the words on the screen for us. Okay, and I had my closed caption on. Okay, so I read it too. She was not supposed to be threatening people like that with weapons. If you're on a TV show like this, everybody know you don't threaten people with a weapon, or to we don't do that. So I guess, well, I really don't guess, but it will be both of them are wrong. Both, okay? Both of them are wrong in their own separate ways, okay? Which means that Brittany should have probably had people want Brittany to have a consequence based on what she just said. But for me, I mean, she ain't really have it on her, and she was just talking, right? I don't know. If she would have called and said, I'm calling my goons to come up here and do this, and that, then fine. She just called her husband and all this stuff, right? So Kenya just they both took it too far. She took it too far with her words. Kenya took it too far with her posters. Because she had 3 of them. Okay, all 3 of them. The first 2 was fine. But it was the last one. Because then nobody want to see all that. Especially at your opening. So, don't know. I really don't hope it don't mess up her business. I hope the salon goes really good. I hope she got lots of clients and lots of employees and all that type of good stuff, and she could just be prosperous and do well without the show, which is, like, she don't have to be on here. But the TV fades to black after we see Portia leave, because she was like, production, you can take my mic off. I'm trying to leave right now. We done. Because I want to be associated with none of this. The screen fades to black and it says, based on Kenya's behavior, the decision was made to cease filming with her this season. And that is a wrap on Kenya Moore. So that mean next episode we're gonna get Phaedra, or she gonna come in like maybe like 2 episodes after that. I don't know, but I'm mad. I'm mad about it. I'm real mad that she done messed up everything like this. You done messed up everything like this. If we was gonna go out, we could have went out a different way. Like, we could let Mark take us out, for Christ's sakes. But you gonna let this girl take us out, some newbie that don't nobody care about. Brittany, now I'm at the side eye you the rest of the season. You know, messed up with. Still Team Twirl. Girl. So, thanks for watching though. Bye.